Hi, Taurus. Mwah. I hope you are doing very well. I know 2017 was a huge year for you guys. I mean, you revamped a lot of things, you started a lot of things, you healed a lot of things, you moved a lot of things. I mean, wow, Taurus. And you're strong. I think you're one of the people that actually ended 2017 on a not strangely, but a strong footing. Like, despite all the personal deaths, both literally and then spiritually, that you experienced in 2017, because I think a lot of you like lost an old identity and gained a new one and committed to new things and started new projects, and so many things happened in 2017 for you. Yet somehow I think that groundedness that you all have really helped you to come out of it feeling determined and clear-sighted, so you're a lot of signs, to be honest. January is bringing them in far from clear-sighted, far from energized, far from determined, a lot more confused and watery and all of that. I mean, you have the advantage that Saturn's in your ninth house of, your perception, world travel and spiritual beliefs, and you're kind of getting real with that stuff. And, for you, that Capricorn energy is always very supportive. I'm going to go through the moon, what the moon is doing this month, and then we're going to get into a very intuitive read, because that's just what I'm feeling right now. I personally am a Leo and a Sagittarius, and I have to tell you that those are two of the signs that I have already discussed. They are coming out of this pretty wobbly and a little bit like getting their sea legs for a new phase. So I personally am coming in just wanting to work in the water, wanting to work in the intuitive level. So that's what we're doing today. And I hope you'll take this ride with me and have fun with it, because I am all sorts of all over the place, but I know you guys have my back, and that's what I love about Taurus. And the Tauruses in my life, seriously, I am here and okay because of them. So thank you guys for being the grounded people that you are in my life. So we have the Cancer full moon on January 1st. So that's in your third house of communication. Just illuminating what you want to share in life, how you want to share of yourself. If you have something hidden secret inside that you haven't quite shared yet, how are you going to let that out? How are you going to express that? And then we have the Capricorn new moon on the 16th, and that's in your ninth house. Sorry, I'm really trying to think here. You have Capricorn new moon in your ninth house, so your spiritual beliefs, just planting those seeds. Okay, so you want to communicate something, you have a project or a belief or something hold dear to your heart. Start thinking about planting those seeds. Start getting real about it. And then we have the Leo full moon and the eclipse happening on January 31st. That's your fourth house of home and family. It's going to be illuminating what's working in that realm. And so a lot of that energy that you were dealing with back in August, things were popping up in August, are going to be coming back in January. So you may be touching on some of those home and family themes again and figuring out what's working for you, what's not, where you need to put up boundaries, where maybe you need to reassess or you need to communicate. Once again, there's a lot of communication going on for you, Taurus, this month. So that's what the moon is doing. Uranus is also going direct on the 2nd. And then I think all the planets are direct in January through to March, actually. So it's a great time for setting intentions and setting off on an adventure. Speaking of which, the first card out of the gate, we have the 8 of Cups, followed then by the 8 of Swords and the 3 of Cups. So here's a funny combination of energies. So what we have here, speaking of that Leo full moon and the 4th house and illuminating what no longer serves you, while you guys are coming out quite strong as far as energy is concerned, what I'm picking up for you, it's funny because what I'm also seeing is that there's a desire to leave something behind. Not even a desire. You know what this is? This is a feeling like you have left something behind. Like, this is such an introspective time of year. For us in the Northern Hemisphere, it's winter. We are now locked into winter. It's dark. It's a new year. It's a new year for everybody, but in the Northern Hemisphere, it's dark. In the Southern Hemisphere, I'm sure that the sun being up all the time and everything also affects in an introspective way. But in either case, you're looking back over what you walked away from. And I think some of you are going to be getting the full impact of what that was that you left behind. belief systems, relationships, practices that you've been doing. I mean, things that were not serving you anymore. It's like, I think the full weight of that is going to be hitting you. You could be like, whoa, I left all that behind. And it might leave you feeling a little bit blind. It might leave you feeling a little bit that you are having to hunker down a little bit and take that in. Especially with that like Cancer full moon happening in your third house. It's going to be illuminating all of that. This would be a good time to sit, here's that 3 of Cups, to sit with people that you really love. If you have a relationship that you've been kind of hot and cold with in your life, and that could be romantic, it could also be family, work, this would be a good time to get very real with that person and show the fact that you guys do have some kind of wound here. And it's not something that's going to knock you off your feet, but you do have some kind of wound here. And it's like, this is the kind of month where you will be benefited. Sorry, I just rocked the camera. You will be benefited by communicating. Everybody will benefit from that. And I think what you'll find is that in sharing where your headspace is and not being a mystery about it, you'll find that there's jubilation even, which is funny, right? I mean, this is a card of sharing, exchanging energy, indulging in an exchange of love and support. And I see that for you. So don't let it get in your head that for some reason you can't share of that deeper part of yourself, because I do think some deep themes are coming up. As much as I said you guys have that stable footing compared to a lot of signs this month, I do have to say that there are wounds getting dredged up for everybody in January. There's something about the energy going on there that is asking everybody to like get very real with anything that's been stabbing at them for the last couple of years. And for you, your strength is coming from your community, from the people you love and trust the most. And that's going to help you get your footing again too, because when you realize you've shed an identity and the full impact of that hits you, and when you're looking retrospectively, it can be it can shake you up a little bit, can leave you feeling a little shaken. So keep that in mind. Now, moving forward though, oh my gosh, you guys are empowered to create. The thing that I'm getting with you guys is creative juices are flowing. So while you have a bit of this emotional odyssey, it does not last long, because look at the next 3 cards. Queen of Wands, 10 of Wands, Ace of Cups. So you know what oh my gosh. So Queen of Wands, so much creative energy here. I mean, this is just fire, right? And fire is about manifesting, making things happen, creating things, building things. I mean, it's so impactful. For those of you who have fiery people in your lives, whether that be a lover or people that you're working with, they are playing a huge role as well. They are lighting you up. They are helping you forward. They are making things happen. Now, you are going to be getting projects coming in. The reason I say that 10 of Wands there is like when everybody's like, okay, here's all the work you could ever want. Here's like every single big project you could ever want to work on. You want to take it on, and you're going to be like, yes, let's do this. Let's have all the things. Let's work hard. Let's put all this pressure on myself to get everything done and make every day the best day that it could be. There's like this determination, Taurus, that you guys are having where you want to make and create everything. You're like, I'm going to make art. I'm going to journal. I'm going to go on a hike. I'm going to paint the house. I'm going to help my friend with her art project. And then, I'm going to start another project, and that could cause some burnout, which, I mean, the great thing is that you have all the options ahead of you. You have all the green lights ahead of you. The thing to watch out for is make sure you're selective with what you're saying yes to, and make sure that you're clear, because once again, your communication houses are getting lit up this month, and with the moon doing its thing. And that means you're going to want to be clear with whoever these fire people are, because they're going to be forging forward too. And if you guys aren't clear with each other, it could cause you to feel a little bit like you're holding everything on your shoulders, things that they may not even realize you feel you're holding. So keep that in mind. because we also have this Ace of Cups. So for those of you looking for relationship or renewal in relationships, this is fantastic. So while you're doing all this creative work and you're feeling fiery and feisty and passionate, your relationships are going to be improving, and they will improve even more if you don't overload yourself. I will throw that out there. But love is strong for Taurus this month, and I think it does have to do with the fact that you have made huge adjustments, you have made huge changes, you have made new choices, and you are a different person, and it makes you capable of allowing in this kind of commitment on the relationship front to be really positive and good for you in your life. So you have the je ne sais quoi of January. I have to say, I feel like maybe back in October I was saying you guys were coming out okay compared to everybody else. And once again, Taurus, and I think it's partially just the way you carry yourselves, you are able to hold it together in exchanges in a way that makes other people feel stable, even if you're not internally stable. I think part of it is just that you come across as very grounded, stable, secure, clear. And so other people are like, oh, you're doing okay. And you are. I mean, you actually are doing okay. But it helps other people. You guys help other people be okay in the storm that's going on. And this month, though, I feel that you actually are doing very well. And you actually are feeling very stable. And it's going to make you very attractive to people. People are going to want to be around you. They're going to want to get in there with you a little bit because you're looking good. You're looking good, you're feeling good, and you are on fire. Your creative juices, for those of you with creative projects that have been circulating in the back of your mind for a little while, this is going to be a great month to actually start doing them. This is going to be a great month to do those beautiful things that you do, whether it's writing or singing or painting or anything that you're doing, that you're creating in your life is going to be a really rewarding sector. And what that investment in your creative juices is going to do is bring about happier circumstances in your relationships, because we have that Ace of Cups. Not only that, the last three cards are all about your relationships, your home, and your family, and I'm seeing really good things here with this. So we have the Ace of Wands. So there's that creativity good. Those creative juices are flowing. And then we have these relationship family cards here. We have Temperance and the Ten of Pentacles. So Ace of Wands, new beginnings. You have two aces in a row in this reading. And there's that thing. It goes back to this Eight of Cups. Realizing you left behind an identity last year. It's kind of like you left your gloves at the movie theater, and it's not this nonchalant, but this is the metaphor that came to mind. You left your gloves at the movie theater, and you went home, and you were living your life, and you, like a month later, you realize you left your gloves at the movie theater. And you're like, oh man, I really like those gloves. Oh well, they were falling apart anyway. That's kind of the thing I'm getting. And it's like, so it's everything to do with losing that old identity is bringing about these open doors for relationships, for love, for creativity. And I see a lot of you in happy partnerships. Temperance is about partnership. It is about connecting at that deep level. And it is about alchemy and magic with that. The Ten of Pentacles is about the long-term building of something. So for those of you looking to buy a home or beautify your home or invest in your family situation or heal a family rift, these energies are really good for that. And that's where that Leo eclipse is really going to be playing a role. And I'm seeing it here in these cards because some of you do need healing. Some of you do need to revisit some relationships in your life. And I see that coming up, honestly. I mean, I think it's positive. I see this as very supportive energy. However, some of you may feel a little resistant to this even. Some of you may feel a little heavy about what you're needing to adjust when it comes to home and family and relationship in your most intimate, deep core relationships, you are going to be asked to do some work on those more challenging relationships that we have in life, not just the fun, loving ones. Because I feel like for you, when it comes to romance, that's fun and lighthearted and really great. And when it comes to creative endeavors, that's fun and lighthearted and really great, especially if you have good communication. But there are some heavier relationships that you have here, you know, those familial relationships, those more difficult friendships or difficult situations that you're in, where you're going to be asked to slow down and communicate as well. And for some of you, that's going to feel uncomfortable. You may feel resistant. You may feel that you don't want to have to do that. However, if you invest that time, and I'm not telling you guys, don't take it all on. Don't feel responsible for it. You guys are such givers. You are such carers. You are such nurturers. I love you so much. I know it's tempting to go there, and I know a lot of you have set healthy boundaries and have chosen not to be somebody's pillar anymore. However, I think if you invest that healthy amount of work with a healthy set of boundaries, you will find that their healing is possible and that this will release you as well, and it will only help you be more creative. I keep getting that like if you can express what your needs are and what you want to heal with the people around you, it's only going to fuel your creative fire. It's only going to fuel all of your relationships. I mean, your ability to express what your needs are and what you expect and what your boundaries are just like going to light up your life in such an amazing way this month. You are headed towards some really great success, and creativity is high on the list. I'm just, wow. So I'm going to leave it at that because I think that's a great place to leave it at. You're in there. You are a mover and a shaker in January, and people are going to want to be around it. I'm telling you right now. Oh man, I love it so much. I do private readings, and I love working with my Taurus peeps. I'm going to leave my website, my email, and my Instagram below. Please get in touch with me. I would love to hear from you. I do video readings, Skype readings, phone readings, and it's always amazing. I'm going to be doing my Moon Magic series for the moon because I didn't get into it in this video because there's so much to say about these moons and the aspects, and so I'm going to be doing those. So check those out if you're curious about what the moon's doing with and for you. I would love for you guys to join me on that journey, and I love you all so much. I hope January is amazing. I hope you all make amazing art and have some great conversations. I will catch you in February for more fun, and I love you all so much. Mwah.